Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Brandy, also known as the Therapeutic Travel Boss, and I am so excited to welcome you in to my. Uh-oh. If you're not on mute, just put it on
I'll
mute
do
for me.
that as well. Yeah.
Thank you. And I am so excited to welcome you in to my Silk and Serenity. Robin is saying, am I coming across staticky, Ali?
It
Yeah.
goes in and out, but initially you were fine.
Yes.
Just in the last 10 seconds, yes.
Okay, hold up. Let me see. Let me switch. Hello.
Hi.
Is
We can
this
hear you.
okay? It's coming across. Okay. So
Yep.
I'll start again. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for spending your evening with me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brandy Fisher, also known as the Therapeutic Travel Boss. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and group travel expert. I believe travel isn't just about where you go, it's about how you feel when you get there. Tonight, I'm inviting you to experience something extraordinary. Imagine waking up in Bali, surrounded by lush tropical beauty, visiting ancient temples, enjoying luxury spa experiences, watching breathtaking sunsets, and then continuing on to Bangkok, where culture, luxury, nightlife, shopping, and unforgettable experiences collide. This is Silk and Serenity, Bali plus Bangkok Escape 2027. And I will tell you now, group trips like this don't stay available long. People who move first usually get the best pricing, the best room categories, and the least stress. Tonight is about helping you decide if this experience belongs on your calendar. So, just to share a little bit about me, um, many of you know that I already have been booking for clients for at least the last 8 years. Some of you don't know that I've been booking travel through other people since I was 21. And as a matter of fact, when I was 21, I'd never even left the country, but I booked a cruise with a travel agent for 64 people. And that changed my worldview. I was able to see a different part, well, see another part of the world because I'd never left. And I never forgot the feelings that I had just having that experience. So being able to start this business 18 years later and be able to help other people who have that same experience, it's been so rewarding. So that's a little bit of why I do what I do. But with this trip in particular, I want to welcome Ali Rizvi. And Ali is one of the partners that I work with. And tonight we're really, really fortunate to have him because he's going to share with you a little bit about our destination, hotel information, local experiences, and what makes these particular destinations special. So I want you to listen closely because he's going to share a lot of information with you. Thank you, Ali.
Amazing. Thank you, Brandy. And then just because we were having internet issues before, I'm in a different part. I'm actually calling here from Toronto. If anybody does experience that during my presentation, it's very important for me to know that. So do flag it in the comments section or unmute yourself. This call is being recorded. Hopefully the recorded version will be smoother. But for those of you, especially on my part, will be most of it for the next 15, 20 minutes. Please do let me know. The easiest thing I can do is shut off my camera. I would love to be able to see each other, but at least from my end, it doesn't make too much of a difference. So please do let me know. I just want to let everyone know that because sometimes we go through it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And then Brandy, you can also let me know in the chat or just, yeah, unmute because I know some of you might be joining from different parts as well. Thank you for the introduction. So I just wanted to first kind of very quickly um, introduce the company. So we've been around for 56 years. It's called Go Away Travel. We work behind the scenes with advisors such as Brandy, just to kind of ensure the trip is kind of pieced in together. So we've been in the business for so long, and that kind of gets us a lot of contacts and experience to kind of ensure that every trip is customized. And at Go Away, honestly, Brandy's been working, for example, with Paula very hard in the background. This is where we take pride in every itinerary. So everything that we put out, especially for our group trips, is super customized. It's super personalized. And honestly, no two trips are alike because, again, it depends on Brandy's vision for the tour itself. And then a bit of creativity on our side based on local knowledge, insider guides. And of course, we do hundreds of groups a year or try and support these groups through our connections. This is where we come in and trying to piece together a very customized group tour for you guys. So I'm going to go over a few details to begin with, tips and tricks. But for those of you, especially watching at home or watching a recording, note down your questions, forward them to Brandy. Otherwise, if you're live on this call, which I know a few of you are, please start to enter your questions in the chat. Some of them actually Brandy might be able to help you out with. And then in the end, I will leave 5 to 10 minutes for questions as well. The beeping noise, let me see who has their mic unlocked. Brandy, I'm just going to mute you for now. And hopefully that makes a bit of a difference because my mic should be the only one. If anybody else hears that beeping noise, I didn't notice it. Brandy, it might be just yourself. Let me know if it happens again. Otherwise, yes, when it comes to piecing the tour itself, I'm going to go over the highlights, but if anyone does have questions about a particular day, a particular part of the trip, please save them towards the end. I will address them one by one. We will allow everyone to unmute themselves and also, and I'll look at the chat as well, so that will help. So yes, feel free to do that. All right. So before we begin, if you could kind of ask yourself, this question is going to be rhetorical. If you wake up tomorrow in one place, and if you kind of had to pick like a luxury villa overlooking rice terraces in Bali, or if it would be like a rooftop overlooking the skyline of Bangkok, which one would you pick? And I think the cool thing about this trip, that again, Paula and Brandy have worked so hard on, is that you don't have to choose on this trip. So over 10 incredible days, I'm going to show you very quickly some of the highlights without spoiling it too much, that you get to experience two of Southeast Asia's most iconic destinations. Bali is going to show you a bit more of the spiritual side, a bit more relaxing, and Bangkok. I've been to both places. Bangkok definitely stands out, especially if you haven't been in that sort of environment. But yes, it's a very fun tour. It's a very popular combination that we sell with our groups. So yes, Bali and Bangkok combination never disappoints, and you'll get to see some of the amazing things that hopefully you get to experience. October is the set date for this tour, and it's actually one of the favorite or most popular times, I should say, to visit this region. Everything is lush, green, beautiful, especially after the tropical rains. And if you're still enjoying warm temperatures, but at the same time, you're still enjoying warm temperatures. And for this, when it comes to local advice or what I would recommend, lightweight clothing, comfortable sandals, a small umbrella, especially on the Bali side. In Bangkok, I will say this reminder when we're on the temple slide, but temples require covered shoulders and knees. So breathable fabrics would be my recommendations. But of course, you can see a few other things I'm recommending based on the packing list on the screen here. So comfortable walking shoes, swimsuits, light rain jackets, sun protection, insect repellent. And when it comes to your cameras, I would recommend a waterproof pouch as well. but always reusable water bottle comes very handy as well. Um, what else can I think of? Again, the biggest thing when it comes to your packing requirements, I would really say making sure you cover up during your temple visits. Beach accessories, everything else, of course, you can get there, but just to begin with, this would be something good to have. When it comes to the travel documents, again, this goes without saying, but hopefully you all know this. Passport needs to be valid 6 months plus from your return date. For Bali, there's a visa on arrival. It's about $35. For Thailand, no visa is required. Other information, if you need more details, please reach out to Brandy. Hopefully she can help out. Otherwise, we can help assist with the any questions that might be particular, depending if you have a different passport or not. So this slide is essentially the bucket list. So we're going to go over each of the days in detail. I even have some videos and some pictures to show off. But we're going to go through the Bali swing. We're going to see the volcano, loads of temples. There's going to be a very cool fire dance, the Grand Palace, floating markets, the railway market. There's a tuk-tuk food tour in Bangkok, which is one of my favorite things to do. But yes, many people visit Bali or Bangkok on its own because, to be honest, like even 2 weeks in those countries each is not enough sometimes. But when it comes to this sort of journey, it gives you the kind of highlights from both countries. So it's a really fun trip to make, especially for a first timer, because you get to see best of both worlds in that short little trip. Very briefly, hope you will get more details of this. Reach out to Brandy for details. But what I love about this itinerary that how much is included. So you have 9 nights of hotel accommodation. I will go through the hotels as well, show you very briefly some of the pictures. You have your private airport arrival and departure group transfers. You have English speaking local guide throughout the tour. All transportation will be air conditioned. And then you have a bunch of fun activities and packages included. I'm going to show you the Bali swing, full day private tours included, the waterfall visit, the temple visits, the samba, or sorry, the cave dinner that will be towards the end, the floating markets, 9 breakfast, 4 lunches, and 3 dinners. So there's a lot in there for the price. The only thing that's not included would be this list that you can see on your screen now. So just to quickly recap, so when it comes to your visas, that's obviously separate personal items, tips for the guide, for the driver, any sort of extra taxes, and then anything that's not listed or anything that I will specifically let you know. Otherwise, every optional tour obviously comes individually priced. Reach out to Brandy for more details. If there's something you've been wanting to see on your bucket list, we can probably make it happen for a few of you as well. And then, of course, travel insurance. This is strongly recommended. Again, reach out if you need more details. And then any additional early and late checkouts. This is a very common request. So just to kind of put it out there. And then additional transfers for guests that are on different flights. When it comes to picking up properties, because we've been doing this for so long, either we've sent a lot of groups there, or these properties, if it's a new request, let's say, and we haven't tried and tested that property, this is where we rely on our local partners in Bali, in Bangkok, to actually do site inspections, make sure it's up to our standards, and make sure they can actually expect or handle big groups. So this is something, again, is very intentional, regardless of where you're going with us. So with Ubud, you'll see a bit of the jungle retreat. In Kota, you have that beachfront energy. In Bangkok, you'll have a mix of the urban luxury. But yes, you get to experience 3 very different sides of Southeast Asia. And hopefully in those 3 nights that you stay in each of these, you'll get to experience that even when you put your feet up and get some downtime. But yes, again, these are handpicked and hopefully you'll get to enjoy them as much as our previous groups have. Starting off with Western Ubud. The Ubud, just to kind of back up a bit, Ubud is known as the cultural and spiritual heart of Bali. And many people mistakenly, when you say the word Bali, many people visualize it's all beaches. The soul of Bali is actually here in Ubud. So that's the contrasting thing. And yeah, let me quickly show you. So these are official pictures from the resort itself. Just a very quick glance and what you can expect. I would recommend waking up early at least one of those 3 days and walk the grounds before breakfast because of the jungle surroundings. The jungle and the sounds alone are quite unforgettable, especially if you haven't experienced that before. That's something based on our traveler feedback, is something very underrated. So take advantage of your sceneries. So yes, this will be a hotel for 3 nights. You actually have a deluxe garden view room included. Again, I went over some of the highlights already or showed you or tried showing you through the pictures, but actually has an award-winning spa as well with some traditional Balinese treatments. So in your downtime or your spare time, do take advantage of that. And it does have a bunch of infinity pools. And the best thing is actually the location. So it's actually walking distance to one of Ubud's main markets. So you'll get to shop around, whether it's souvenirs, whether it's just an extra snack, and a few art galleries as well. All right, finally, we are on day one. So it's going to be a long flight, mind you, depending where you're flying from. Regardless, there might be a few connections. It's very intentional because, again, based on feedback, the first day really needs to be at leisure after that long, long, long flight. So this is where we'll, of course, handle your private transfers. If you have the energy at night, of course, head into the town, grab your first coconut. That would be my recommendation. They're really, really sweet on that side. But yes, the first day really is about just kind of recouping, and making sure you have enough energy for the days that are coming ahead. This is often the day that it's often the day that everyone's social media lights up, or this will be where you'll be using it at the most, because we actually kick off with one of the most iconic things, especially in the last few years, that's been super popular, which is the Bali swing. So just to very quickly give you a little sneak peek, that's what it would look like. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it on Instagram or Googled it yourself. But yes, this is one of the most sought after activities. And yes, that's how we will begin the day. You actually have an active package on this day, which includes a Trident swing, a single swing, a tandem swing, and a few other things. There's some amazing photo spots, as photo opportunities as well. I think I had. Oh no, I'd saved it for later. But see, I'll show you later on. But yes, some amazing photo opportunities. You'll get some amazing panoramic views. The rice terraces. It's actually part of the UNESCO recognized system, and it's been there for actually centuries. So you'll get to experience a lot of fun stuff. And then let me show you the volcano views. So this one would also be on day one, along with the Bali swing. So just to very quickly wanted to show you that. And now, just wanted to, sorry, back up. So we saw that. For the Sheraton part, this is where this is based. Kuta, it's famous for its sunsets. This is where I would encourage everyone. We kind of transition to Bali's like spiritual side, to the beach side. And this is where, yeah, you could grab a drink one evening and simply watch the sunset. This again, it will be a home for the next 3 days. I think that was just jumping ahead a little bit, but just to kind of go back on day three. So this is where or when it comes to Bali, most tourists truly never experience this because there's a lot to see. So on this, you get to see some royal temples, some monkey forests, and then I'm going to show you a couple of lakes as well. Here, this is usually people's highlights on this day. More of the temples, and this is what's known actually as the floating garden. And the floating temple, what you're looking at right now, it's one of the most photographed images in all of Indonesia. But yeah, just going back to it, with the monkey forest, I forgot to mention this. Keep your sunglasses and any loose items very secure. The monkeys are surprisingly very clever. So I've had some fun stories shared from our boss groups. So that's something that stands out. They won't be here, but what I was showing you before, yes, they will use or take advantage of every opportunity to grab stuff, especially if it's food. On this day, again, lunch will be included at the local restaurants or wherever I mentioned it. On most days, it is breakfast and lunch. And then after that, you're going to visit the lake. Let me see if I had. And then after the lake, this is one of the temples. And then every evening, we do try and show you, or sorry, give you some enough leisure time. So that's again your opportunity to kind of recoup and take advantage of the beautiful hotels we've picked for you. All right. For day four, this is where, again, one of those iconic spots when it comes to the waterfall. Um, this is how it looks like. You're going to get bunch of photo ops again. And day four, honestly, you can already tell it'll probably be the most relaxing day of the trip. So it starts with the waterfall, and then we actually have a Balinese spa and a flower bath that's actually included, and I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, when it comes to the spa, there's going to be a transfer. It's an 150-minute Balinese spa. And then you get to choose between a few different things. And Balinese spa culture is actually world famous because wellness is deeply rooted in everyday life there. And most people actually pay hundreds for spa experiences very similar to this back home or right here. So that's something again. It's amazing it's already included in the package. And then again, in the evenings, you get a bit more chance to explore the beach and your surrounding areas. One of the notes that I do want to mention because people get disappointed, so there are only 6 spa rooms available. So if everyone is interested in that, the group actually has to take sessions or take turns to enjoy the sessions. So please be patient and flexible. So that's just a warning, because it is a smaller property. So on that side, we do have to wait a bit. And as always, breakfast is included on that day as well. Let's see. Just wanted to show you the hotel as well. So again, most of the locations, they're pretty much right in the city center. And this is where you get access to amazing views and your room's already picked for you. And most of the stuff is walking distance from the local night markets, and the local public transportation as well. When it comes to day five, this again in Bali, you're going to see some cliff top temples, which you can kind of see here. You have some amazing ocean views, sunsets, and then you have the Keka performance as well. So this is just some of the views that you'll get the temple here on this particular day. And that's going to be followed by a fire dance. Okay, I think that was enough of a sneak peek. This will be probably one of your favorite evenings in Bali. So the Kekak dance actually have no instruments, and as you can already tell, or you could hear, the soundtrack is entirely created by human voices. So yes, this should be a very, very, very fun day, and that's how you actually end the night. And then you actually have a seafood dinner at a local restaurant. And again, the reminder for this day, at the temples I briefly showed. Modest attire is required, so again, shoulders and knees must be covered, and sarongs are actually available to borrow at the temple entrance as well. So day six, so this day combines Bali's most famous photo opportunities, and as you can tell, there are quite a few of them. And then it's going to combine that with a very exclusive dining experience. Um, Let me show you that. So I didn't want to show you the videos because, yeah, you'll see that yourself. But this is the iconic picture spot that I'm referring to at the temple. So yes, please, again, based on feedback, please be patient. There might be a bit of lineups, but it will be well worth it. So it's actually one of this amazing iconic spot is actually one of Bali's six holiest places of worship, and it stands almost 600 feet above sea level. And the famous Gate of Heaven reflection is effect actually created by local photographers using a mirror. And the result, obviously, as you can tell, is pretty stunning. And then you get to explore the water palace. That again is super, super, super popular. Just to show you a little bit of it. So yes, plenty to explore there. And then lunch will be at a local restaurant. And then we actually will go to a waterfall. And then there will be a farewell dinner, and it will look a bit like that. So it's actually inside a cave. So it's pretty cool. And a bit more like that. Yep. It's an amazing spot, and it's one of the most requested experiences that we get. So yeah, it's gonna be dinner inside a rocky cave and right next to the beach. You're gonna get some amazing views as well. All right, finally, I know I mixed up the slides when it comes to the Bangkok hotels, but here again we kind of swap, as you can tell, like from very much relaxation mode to a bit more, let's say, energy, because then you're transitioning to one of Asia's most exciting cities. So Bangkok, mind you, is sensory overload. I've been there a few times. You don't get used to it. Doesn't matter if you grow up in a big city or not. But it is sensory overload in the best possible way. I didn't want to spoil too much for you, and because in respect to time, I just kept a few ones to for Bangkok. But think New York, London, and Bangkok. That's kind of the bracket when it comes to the energy. And then you're just going to add some temples, street food, and some tuk-tuks. And of course the local culture. That's kind of what differentiates. But again, it's going to should be a very smooth transfer to Bangkok. And then when it comes to any formalities, if you have any questions, please reach out to Brandy. We're able to help as well. Otherwise, there will be a transfer. And then same thing, check-in is at 3 p.m. and the first day very intentionally is kept at leisure. You could explore the nearby area. A couple of slides ago, I mentioned or showed you the hotel. So again, it's very intentional that we've kept the location in the center. So you get to explore the night markets and again, just kind of relax before Bangkok kind of gets you. Okay, oops, did I skip? And so yes, this is the day we actually dive into Thailand's culture. So we're going to begin by one of the most famous temples. So this is the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. It's actually pretty long. That's what people, it's pretty long. It's over 150 feet long and it's actually covered in gold leaf. And people don't actually understand the scale of it until you're actually there. In pictures and videos, it's always different. But yes, that's how you begin the day. And then you explore the Grand Palace. And then you actually have a Thai lunch at a riverside restaurant. And then you go through a little tuk-tuk tour in Chinatown. That's in the evening. And then I just wanted to show you a very quick glimpse of what that would look like. And before the tuk-tuk tour, what I'm not showing you is, and I'm leaving it up to surprise, is a long-tail boat, and then there's a temple as well. And again, if you're curious how that looks like, Google it. Again, all the places that we're showing you in any particular day, it's usually the most sought after ones. But tuk-tuk tour, honestly, is my favorite. I did this as well, a very similar tour. This one runs through Chinatown, and you get to experience a lot of the city side of it as well. So yeah, on that day, as you noticed, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everything was included. All right, so on this day, the highlight will be floating market, and that would be my last video. I just want to show you, and this again is it's pretty surreal because it's very unique. No other market is like this in the world, and it literally, as you can tell, is on the water. And yeah, people do, or thousands and thousands of people go through this area every day because it is one of those local markets. And after the floating markets, again, you get to pick and choose. There are a lot of fruits, vegetables, local goods, so another opportunity for souvenirs. Lunch will be at a local restaurant as well. It's a Thai set menu, no drinks included. And then after that, we're actually doing a couple more temple visits and a memorial park as well. And then after that, you will be returning to the hotel. So yeah, by this point, you would have experienced a lot of ancient temples. Um, and yeah, again, with Bangkok, hopefully you get the mix of the energy. And then again, on the last day is essentially your checkout. And then hopefully by this point, yeah, you have a bunch of memories, a lot of good experiences, volcanoes, rice terraces, beaches, floating markets, cave dinners, royal palaces. I'm missing so many things, but as you can tell, I didn't even have time to show you all the videos and the fun things. Hopefully, you get a little sense to it, or just kind of got teased by it enough so you can actually book. And that was my goal today. But yes, what kind of makes this itinerary different is really the balance. So it's not too hectic. But at the same time, it gives you a chance for those amazing photo opportunities. There's also at the same time, and you can tell it might feel rushed, and that's done intentionally. We don't want to keep too much free time because we're actually planning the time for you. But another good thing is there's not too many early mornings. So it's a great mix of the culture, the nature, the food, and of course, a bit of the luxury and relaxation as well. But yeah, if you ever dreamed of visiting Thailand, Bali, honestly, this itinerary makes it super easy, especially for first timers. Everything is selected for you, the guides are arranged, everything, logistically speaking, is handled, and all you need to do is book. So if this trip speaks to you, don't wait until next year. Brandy gave an amazing introduction. And again, having been to these areas, I grew up in Pakistan. Having been to these areas multiple times, especially Bangkok, I might have been there like 4 or 5 times. The flights were super cheap. So for this time, even you can tell, even from US, this is an amazing, amazing price covering 9 nights and two incredible destinations. And especially with a group tour, this is where really it makes a huge difference. But I'll stop talking now. Thank you so much for listening. And Brandy, over to you. And for those of you watching at home, thank you so much. And hopefully this helped.
Thank you so much, Ali. I appreciate all of that information. You were so thorough. And I hope that everyone learned a lot tonight. So let's talk about how you can secure your spot on this unforgettable experience. Tonight, I'm making it even easier for you to say yes. For just a $100 deposit, you can reserve your space on Silk and Serenity, Bali, plus Bangkok Escape. But because you're investing your time to be on this travel party tonight, I have an exclusive bonus available for you. For everyone that is on this call tonight, and it's only if you're on this call tonight, you get to use my promo code for the next 72 hours. The promo code is Travel Party Guest, and you get $50 off of your trip. But wait, there's more. If you are already booked with me in 2026 and 2027, then you get a loyal client reward and you get an additional $50 off of this. Now, that loyalty reward that actually can be used for anyone who is already booked with me. But the travel party guests, you have 72 hours to use that code to get the discount. Um, Now, for anyone with questions, we are available right now for any questions that you have. And I saw one in the chat, which was from Deneen. And Ali, she asked this specifically. I don't know this. She said, "Are there monkeys on the properties?"
Good question. There might be. Very good question. What I would recommend is make sure before leaving your room, you don't keep your windows open accidentally or any doors to the balcony. I have experienced that where me and my sister, this was like a family trip. We came back into a room and there were like five, six monkeys all over, and they were like in our leftovers. So that is very common. It is very, very, very common to see monkeys, especially on the Bangkok side. But even on the Bali side, honestly, I can't say yes or no. Like, but yes, in and around some of the properties there might be, especially with those jungle properties. That's where, of course, in your Bangkok one, no. But with your Bali one, I would try and keep an eye out. But yes, the monkey bit, it's more, um, the locals are very friendly, so that's why they end up being a bit too comfortable with people. So that would be my recommendation without giving you a certain answer, that regardless of whether they are, just kind of play it safe, and make sure your windows and doors are locked. Good question.
And you guys are welcome to come off of mute and ask your questions too. There is a question from Shanika. And good evening. Can we get a copy of that itinerary? Absolutely. So I am going to drop the link right here. One second.
And then, Brandy, people can scan the QR code they're currently seeing at the screen.
Yes, they can do that as well. And you guys are welcome. If anyone has any other questions, you're welcome to come up.
Brandy, would you like me to end the recording?
Yes. Yep. Oh, I just saw someone else's. I saw the